Hey, my name is Rick, and I'm going to show you today how to use LangChain, LangGraph inside of Agentuity. One of the cool things about Agentuity is it is cross framework, cross platform. So we have three runtimes: Python, Node, and Bun. And you can run Crew AI, you can run LangChain, you can run Vercel AI SDK in a Node environment or Bun environment, and you can mix and match them. You can have them call each other as agents. So I'm just going to go grab an example from LangGraph, and I'm just show you how easy it is to take that and then run it inside of Agentuity. That way you can deploy it, one command, Agentuity deploy, it's running in the cloud, ready to go. And so that's what we're going to do. So I found this example this morning, so I thought this would be a perfect one to go over. So if you look at here, this is how to return structured output from this is their React agent type thing. So they have a nice little simple demo here. So this is using Zod to get the special structured output, pass it to this React agent that they've created. And then let's see here. They have this weather tool. That's easy. Program they've hard coded some weather stuff in here, so this is really easy to use. So we'll just do this, and they have this agent invoke, so we'll do that inside our Agentuity agent. So the first thing is we need to create a project. So I'm going to create a new project here. Let me actually resize this so you can see it fine. And we're going to say Agentuity create. I'm going to put it in my organization, and let's run this in Node. And we'll just do the standard OpenAI template, and we're going to call this LangGraph structured demo as the project name. Now we need to give it an agent. So what is this called, by the way? It's not called anything, just weather demo. All right. And then I'm not going to add any authentication. We can add an API key later, but I'm just going to hit go. We don't need deployment options because I'm just going to do this locally. It's going to create an Agentuity project in the Node runtime, and we'll have to npm install some of their dependencies here in a minute once it's done. All right, done, ready to go. So let's go into that. And then let's see, they go ahead first. We need to install these. Okay, perfect. So I can just copy paste this out. Nice. It's actually nice. npm install this, and we will save it. All right, that's good to go. So let's just look at the example code here that we give you. The template that we give you here. Close cursor's side panel. And every project kind of looks like this. Python's slightly different, but same kind of thing. But the one convention that's really important is you'll see there's source agents, and then the agents are inside of here. So in this case, this is arguably is not an agent, it's an LLM call, but that's fine. So this is our template. And in this function handler, that's where we can define our code. So that's where we can put all our agent code. If it's an orchestration type thing, if it's a workflow, if it's one LLM call just like this, it's fine. But this handler is important. This is where you get, you're familiar with like Lambda and some others. You'll get like a request object, a response, and then a context. So off of that, request is coming in to your agent. We handle all the networking for that. So the request hits this handler coming in, and then that's where you can pull out, for example, you can check the type, you can check the content type. Hey, is it base64? Is it a buffer? Is it JSON? Is it a stream? And then you can actually pull it out. And actually the demo shows you that here. You'll notice here, the user prompt here is we're pulling out we're expecting it to be text, and we're saying, hey, this is text or whatever. So that is the agent handler in a nutshell. Now let's look what they're doing, because we don't really need any of that code. So let's look what, actually I'll just delete it so it doesn't distract us. How about that? And then we don't need to set this because we're not using Langsmith. So it looks like they've set up the tools, weather, and actually literally we can just copy and paste this as is. So let's do that. Let's copy and paste that as is. We have already installed these dependencies. This is their weather tool. If you're not familiar with tools, tools are function calling are things you can attach to an LLM, and the LLM will go, hey, the user is asking for weather. Do I have a tool to answer that? Oh, yes, I do. Let me go invoke it. So this is their LangGraph way of doing it. They define a tool this way. And in this case, it's hard coded with New York and San Fran. Kind of lame. You can hook it up to a free service that NOAA offers. Really, really easy. Actually, we have a sample in the React Miami concierge sample. You can see how we do it. It's really easy. So then what do we got? We got this. So this is important. This is the schema. So it takes one of these two. And then they drop the tool into their agent, their LangGraph agent framework that they use. And here they're using GPT-4o. There's the tools. All right, and that's it. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so now what else do they do? So then they just invoke the agent and that's it. All right, let's just do that. So then where we need to invoke the agent is when the request is coming into our Agentuity agent, which is what we will call this handler. So that's where we want to invoke the agent. That's here. So we're invoking it. Yeah, what's the actually, you know what? We can pull this out. Let's do this. Let's do const text is that. So now what we're doing is we're pulling out the text from the request is coming into our agent. And then here we can just replace that with text there. So now it's dynamic. We're invoking their agent framework with the text coming into the agent. And then we'll just say return. So we can do a bunch of, we can do a bunch of different things here. So we're going to say, where's my response dot text? Actually, let's do JSON here because we're gonna respond with the structured response that they have because of how this agent works. And I think that's literally all we have to do. Oh, we're missing these imports. Let me import these really quick. There we go. So this is our SDK that has these definitions of the request and the response and context of the agent, but also we have some other things as well inside of there. There's some, while I'm here, I'm gonna just show you. So on the context object, we have a way to invoke another agent. So if I had another agent in this project, I could invoke it, grab another agent, an Agentuity agent. But also we have a key value. So if you wanted to store key value pairs, kind of like agent memory, you could do that. And we also have vector as well. So there's some cool things you can do just right out of the request and context that we give you. All right, so I think that's it. I think that should just work. So let me do this. Let me Agentuity dev, and we're going to test this out. And we'll test it out here. Oh, I need to switch my organization. Sorry, give me a second here. Oh, this is a previous test. Let's just do, well, no, we're doing weather, right? So say, what is the weather in New York? And then you'll see here the text type, because that's what we care about. That's what we're pulling out here. And we're pulling out the text here. And so it's text type, or we've got our weather demo agent selected. So we're going to hit run. And it's going to ping the agent, and it should start. Yep, it's running right now. Boom, there you go. That's hilarious. Actually, check a reliable service. Is that what the agent said to do here? NYC. Oh, that's so funny. It's so NYC. Let's try that. There you go. So we get a response back, and you'll see these are the sessions that we invoke. So there's the first one, and you'll see this. It took this amount of time. It hit the gateway. It cost this much money. Let's look at this one too. Same thing. And you get like input cost per token, the model that was used. Pretty handy. So this mirrors the sessions and logs here, mirror what is in production. Like if I click in projects here and click to another project, you'll see the same kind of thing for your production agents. But because we're local, I can kind of test this out over and over and over again locally, and you kind of get the same experience. And that's it. Now the next thing to do is to deploy it. You want to do that? Deploy. All right. And then we can go to the deployment here. There's our agent. Um, I can click on it. And if I want, I can click on this and get, that's publicly accessible. So I don't even have a key. So I'm just click on this and then I can run the agent. There's my webhook to the agent. So actually I can do it a bunch of times. Silly. I didn't ask it what the weather is, but if I do that, hit sessions, then the sessions, you can see these are pending. So now I've got all these sessions running in the background, 4 different instances of the agent. That's the thing. We take your code, your agent, we put it in our specialized runtime containers, and we deploy it, and it's kind of serverless without the downside. So as long as the agent needs to run, it'll run, and then it'll spin down once it's done. So I invoked it 4 times, so an agent spun up 4 times to handle this 4 different requests. And you'll notice it's done. And click on it, you'll get the information. We didn't really add any logging, so this is about as much information we have for this agent, which is kind of cool. And I can click on logs and then see the logs as well. And that's it. So hopefully you can see how easy it is to use LangGraph, drop it in Agentuity so you can get deployments without any fuss. Thanks.